continues to invest heavily in their own military. How does this bill prioritize funding to deter Chinese aggression?
Obviously, China is our number one threat. We address that in this bill significantly. We make sure that resources are going into the Indo-PACOM theater. We increase the amount of money that we're allocating to Taiwan to make sure that they have a defensive capability in case of an attack by China. There's some in the department who believe that China is upping their calendar for an attack to Taiwan to as early as 2015. We're concerned about that, and so we address that in this bill. There's a number of things we do, is increasing the number of ships that we have and making sure that we can get to a larger fleet. Airplanes, as you probably know, we have the lowest number of planes we've had in some significant period of time. We're trying to rebuild the fleet. Readiness and for the United States military. Yes, we're very concerned about China, and we address that in this bill.
Thank you. You mentioned the shipbuilding plan to strengthen our Navy. How does this bill improve on the Biden administration's inadequate shipbuilding plan?
Well, one, we don't retire 4 ships that they would like to retire, and we make sure they stay online, have the resources to make sure those ships are fixed and put back on the line, and that we make sure that we stay on schedule on our Virginia-class submarine system and on the Columbia-class system, which is extremely important. If we don't maintain the budgets that we have, we'll get behind and will significantly cost, not just in money, but in our national security interest. As the gentleman knows, the Ohio-class submarine is old, it has to be retired, and we need to replace it with the Columbia system as soon as possible.
Very good. In recent years, we've seen China make enormous strides in the development of hypersonic weapons, with an arsenal that includes the DF-41, intercontinental ballistic missiles. During a test of its system in July 2021, the hypersonic weapon circumvented the globe. The event prompted many experts to draw the conclusion that China is now leading in the development of this technology. Can you tell us what investments that this bill makes in hypersonic weapons?
Unfortunately, the Chinese stole the technology from the United States some time ago, back in the 1990s. They perfected it and then deployed it. They have over 1,000 hypersonic missiles deployed at the present time. We have spent significant amount of money, both for the Air Force variant, the Navy variant, and the Army, Navy, and Air Force variants to have our own hypersonic missile. We're not doing well, to be honest with you, and I'm pressuring the military to do a better job so we can deploy these systems as rapidly as possible. We are behind. I don't think that's any secret. We did not put money into R&D accounts for some time. We fell behind, and now we're struggling to catch up. And so we have money in this bill to do exactly that.
Very good. For every year in the last 20 years, China has increased its military investment. This year, the Chinese Communist Party announced a 7.2% increase in their military budget. The CCP is firmly on track to its goal of surpassing American military strength and power, and we cannot allow investments in the future of our national security to stagnate or even worse, to decline. Too much is now at stake, and I thank my colleagues on the Appropriations Committee for their focus on going above and beyond this administration's lackluster funding request and prioritizing deterrence in the Indo-Pacific region. And I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Before I yield to my friend from Indiana,